Hello, welcome back to Prove Me Wrong. The next video you're about to see was supposed to be uploaded for Christmas, but due to copyright issues, which is perfectly fine, it's their songs, we've had to edit a little bit, so there are no videos being played for this episode. We'll try and work it out for next time, but we thought we'd put our edited version up just for you to enjoy. So yeah, and again, happy Christmas. Bye. Hello again and Merry Christmas. It's
Christmas.
It is almost Christmas for us. This week's one was quite a hard one for me. As you know by now, my son and I, we've been having a discussion about who did it first, either Generation X or Generation Z. So this week I was presented with a bit of a poser. It took me some time to find out where this lady would fit, but when I realised it, it's not going to make me very, very popular. So over to you. Who am I doing? I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Go on.
This week we have Taylor Swift. She is, I'm sure you all know who she is, but she is one of the most popular pop artists, I'd say, of all time. She's been nominated for and won several Grammys. She's performed live countless times. She's just finished her Eras tour, which was so popular that it got turned into a movie. And she's specifically popular around my generation. And the song that we'll be reacting to is Bejeweled, one of her most recent songs from her album Midnights. It's about one of the only songs of her that I actually do like. Controversial, but alright, let's go. You ready?
Yep, go for it. Go on.
What do we think?
Okay, this is not going to make me very popular.
Just before you start, she is renowned for making albums about her boyfriends that either have dumped her or she's dumped.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, great music, great artists come from pain. So my generation did exactly the same thing. We have Roger Waters from Pink Floyd who, expressed his pain in a great music, David Bowie, that sort of thing. But, so here's the thing.
Oh no.
In the 80s, we had three very powerful producers called Stock, Aitken and Waterman.
Okay.
Now, they got together and formed something called the Hit Factory.
Yes.
Out of that came the likes of Dead or Alive, Jason Donovan, Rick Astley, he was one of them.
God.
Yeah, and it was what was termed then as bubblegum pop.
Okay.
Which I would say now she's looking into Miss Swift. She has admitted herself that a lot of her inspiration comes from the 80s.
Yes.
I see her as part of the Hit Factory. So she would have been their biggest star and one of their most successful people from them, basically. But there was one other person that did start as the Hit Factory, or with the Hit Factory. She went on and very similar to this lady here, and is still going today. That's Kylie Minogue.
Oh wow, really?
So Kylie Minogue started off with I Should Be So Lucky, the most abysmal song ever written. But I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use one technically that didn't come from the 80s, but Kylie Minogue did, just to show how she went from I Should Be So Lucky to the song that I'll put up now, which is Can't Get You Out of My Head.
By Kylie Minogue?
By Kylie Minogue. So
wow.
it will be... It's not similarities in artists, it's just a case of Kylie Minogue was a production of Stock Aitken and Waterman, and I just see as Taylor Swift. Again, an artist of today that doesn't have any real competition. But take her back 35 years, she just would have been part of the Hit Factory. Another overproduced person that, again, would have talent and would have left the Hit Factory and become her own person and probably be as big a star as she is today. But, she would have had to have worked harder. And the fact that she just re-released all of her albums again.
Well, okay, this is what this is the thing about Taylor Swift. I was against the whole thing of releasing her albums again, but this time she actually, when she's released 1989, Taylor's version, now she actually has ownership of those songs. But beforehand, her songs were completely owned by someone else. Correct me if I'm wrong. Her songs were owned by someone else, and she barely got any, barely of the credit for it. She obviously sung them, but she didn't really get the profits from them.
Yeah.
Now she has full ownership of her songs now. And some songs were slightly changed, most of them weren't. But,
yeah, I mean, we've had artists like that before. Hazel O'Connor was a prime example of that. Yeah, she did exactly the same thing. But not to this degree. But again, that's more sort of a political thing as to why she's done that, and good on her. People are going to buy it again. But my argument would be, would people buy the same album again 35 years ago? Because they go, well, I've heard that, so let's hear both those calls again with Taylor Swift. And it's
I did not expect Kylie Minogue. Okay.
Yeah. So it's again. Listen to Can't Get You Out of My Head. You probably heard it. It's not technically 80s, but Kylie Minogue is. So yeah, go for it.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Let's go. Kylie Minogue, Can't Get You Out of My Head. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to straight out the gate. I don't agree with that. I cannot even slightly for the last couple of weeks, I've been able to see, I can see how Ed Sheeran matches up with your ones and Adele matches up with your ones. I cannot see how Taylor Swift matches with Kylie Minogue at all.
It's not so much matching. Just say that if you took her back, always back then, she'd just be another Kylie. Kylie wouldn't be around. It would be Taylor Swift instead. She'd just be part of the Hit Factory, because there would be too much competition for her back then. But all Kylie was popular. She was in a soap opera. She was overproduced and had money thrown at her, even though her songs were awful.
Yeah, this is not good.
That's the best of the bunch. I mean, our stuff was, I'll be to mine, was it? But again, listening to Taylor Swift, it is just bubblegum pop, inspired by the 80s. Okay. And again, not saying they're both the same, just saying that they're both, take her back, that's what she would have been.
Yeah.
That's all she would have been. Not the mega star she is today. She would have been Kylie.
I kind of disagree with that.
Taylor. Totally.
As much as I'm not the greatest fan of Taylor Swift, I think some of her songs are good. I don't like most of them. I still think she would have been as famous, if not just a little bit less famous, if you took her back to here. I genuinely think she would have had. Because even though I don't like most of her songs, she's still very talented.
Oh, I'm not saying she's not talented. She's
an extremely talented woman, and
but would she be as popular back then as she is today?
Yes, I think so. I genuinely think she would be.
Do you agree? So if you do, leave a comment.
Do you think you've said for the last couple of weeks that the artists of my generation would only get one album, then you'd never hear from them again?
She'd be another Kylie. Kylie's got loads of albums. She'd have loads, but because she'd be overproduced and that money thrown at her, she'd be your Kylie. And to mine, that's all she is now, just your Kylie.
Wow. Okay.
So I just,
Wow.
They could both hold a tune. But I just don't think she would have been as successful back then as she is now because she has no competition.
Well, that is the first time we've ever disagreed on Prove Me Wrong. I'm sure there'll be more.
I'm sure you'll disagree with me, but again, that's what this show's all about. Again, leave your comments and please subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can let you know when we do another video. In the meantime, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yep. And
all that.
We will drop another one.
Early January, probably.
Early January. Hopefully it won't annoy you as much as this one has, but again, that's what opinions are about. Okay.
You're going to be very popular. Thank you for...
By the way, we're on TikTok as well. So
oh, yes, yes.
We just...
look down the description. There's a link to it. There's a link to our TikTok page in the description below. I'll stick the link up on screen. Go follow us there if you want. And, thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.